MSP, managed service provider.
Okay.
I provide managed IT services. It used to be just in Westchester County, New York, but now I've actually been all over the country getting international, just done a couple projects in Canada.
That's awesome.
So business has changed over the last, basically due to this lockdown. It's changed the way we do things. I really don't care. It's what my clients need. And
Sure.
what my, and so the more flexible I am, it's like a deliverable. I just, how do we provide the service? We're
Makes
capable
sense.
of doing whatever's required. So
you're just, which is smart. So you might end up having phone calls, virtual meetings, or you might, old school guys want to see face to face, shake a hand.
maybe, but we're finding less old school guys because the market's changing again, and more people, my clients, the better paying clients, really they're not just in my local demographic area now, or
Right.
now all across the country.
That's awesome. That makes sense that you have to be virtual anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so I came to an ASCII event in 2014,
Right.
Rhode Island, and I'm in Westchester, but one of my vendors said, hey, come here for the day, we'll give you, and so I came down, I had no idea, and to give you an idea, my business I was a one-man shop, doing break-fix computer work, manually uninstalling the viruses and the questionable material the kids would put on their dad's laptops. Dad said it was the kid.
It's kids.
Yeah, anyway.
It's the kids.
It was the kids. So anyway, that was my world, and that was where my business model was. And I'd come from the business side of IT, working the other side of the desk and come out. But when I came to ASCII, I realized, in meeting with my peers, that I could do better, and that I was exposed to programs and to a mindset. A mindset I can't. Being in. Why do you send kids to good schools? So they're with other kids who are just the same, hopefully going to be the same motivations.
Sure. So it's osmosis almost.
Yeah, it's osmosis, and you're creating the same. They're all on the same goals, and so we're all here to really grow our businesses and support each other in that way. And before that, I'd been kind of, one-man island, and had sat there going, coming from that competitive world where I don't talk to my competition.
Right.
And so that was very unnatural for me.
Sure.
So, but coming to this has literally fundamentally changed the way I do business, the way I interact. And it's allowed me to now have a managed service providing company where I have access, to clients all over the country, all over the world.
Sure.
We do Canada. There's other places, Nova Scotia. They speak English. They speak English other places. So we can, there's definitely other opportunities there. So that's been pretty cool, and that wouldn't have happened. Every program that's kind of come through it, I look at ASCII like a seed in the ground that's spread out over the years, that has grown, and all the programs, everything somewhere in the background had always indirectly been ASCII's been responsible for that. Well, you know what? I used to say, find another group, find a group like ASCII, but there really isn't a group for the value what you're getting in ASCII. Also, the resources that are available. It's kind of unique. It's kind of, you don't find, every other group you'll find has like a vendor-focused, particular vendor running that group.
Absolutely.
Where ASCII is really MSP focused. So it's not, and yes, they have vendors, but the vendors are secondary to the MSPs, because the feeling is if you grow the MSPs, you grow, everybody builds. And that's kind of been the philosophy. Where other groups you'll find that there's a backbone. I'm not going to name names, but that's where it is. But the end of to answer your question of what you would do is you need, this brain is like, if it's by itself, it's off the network like a computer, like an empty. And so what's the power of it? Networking. So connecting to other people, with those things, and asking questions. And when you do, you'll get some stuff back. You may not like it initially, what you're going to get back, but over time you digest and you come to a place. And I don't know what place you're in. I don't know what you're looking at and what you're aiming for. But if you do it by yourself, you got an army of one. And when you work with a group like ASCII, it's been really such a wonderful group. And They're not paying me anything, folks. I don't want to sound.
They're not paying any of us anything.
They're not paying anything, Fred. But the reason I do it is because I just feel so passionate about what they've done and what they've done for my business over the years. So to answer your question, as far as I would, you need to have some resources. You need to, if you don't want to feel like an ASCII Group, please start with or a Chamber of Commerce. Go to there are government programs, small business administration, things for you to learn. But if you need the MSP world is kind of unique in service, and so you need a mindset of people who are in this world, who deal with these same problems that you're going to deal with.